Hello and welcome to my channel. Today we have the Omega Seamaster 300 Diver. With this model, there have been a number of design and movement upgrades and updates to this newer wave version dial compared to the earlier model, which is like I think it was like a matte or flat dial color without the waves. With that said, I think this is the best iteration of the Seamaster since the James Bond era, which also had the wave dial. So I went from the wave dial to a non-wave dial back to a wave dial. I prefer it with a wave dial, as I always thought the one right before this it was nice, and I really liked the black one. It had like a really inky pitch black look, but I always felt like it was kind of, the dial was missing something. There was a lot of blank space, and with the wave dial, it certainly adds to the aesthetic of the watch. The new Seamaster 300 here includes a new version of the ceramic bezel, as well as a ceramic dial, which is laser engraved with the very popular wave motif. I tend to prefer the ceramic bezels of watches compared to the old school aluminum. I like aluminum, but the ceramic is just so much more scratch resistant, and I feel it keeps the watch looking newer for a longer period of time. There are drawbacks of a ceramic bezel. Mainly, it can crack, so it is very scratch resistant, but I wouldn't say it has a tendency, because it's still incredible. It takes a lot of force to still crack it, while if it's on the watch. I mean if you take it off and then you bend it, I'm pretty sure you break it. But if you bang this up against a table or drop it, there's a chance that it can crack. Also, ceramic bezels do not fade, so this blue will stay blue for years and years and years to come. I'm not entirely sure why they used a ceramic dial, because I doubt anybody's gonna scratch the dial unless you take it apart and move it around. But I'm guessing it creates a different type of color or look to it. It's kind of hard to find the right color on camera, as it does glimmer and shine a lot. But it is ceramic, and I am cool with that. As you can see, the dial has a gloss finish that picks up light wonderfully. And the combination of a ceramic dial and ceramic bezel gives it a very high quality feeling. Well, I guess now that you know the dial is ceramic, because you can't really feel it. For an under $5,000 watch, I feel like you get quite a bit. For an entry-level watch, this is definitely up there in terms of fit, finishing, and quality. Actually, I don't know if this is the entry level, or is the Aquaterra the entry level model for Omega. If you guys know or have an opinion on that, just comment below. But I think that the Aquaterra might be a little bit, I don't want to say cheaper, but maybe lower in price than this. Oh, sorry, I shook the camera. This model also features a redesigned helium escape valve, which is right here. A lot of people hate it. I don't really care if it's there or not. I don't know, I kind of prefer it there. It kind of looks different than any other watch with it here. I don't remember what it looked like in the previous iteration of this model, like what the valve looked like, but I think this is kind of like more narrow up top, and then it kind of gets fatter as it goes down. I think the older model, I think it was just like one size, like, let's be real, nobody's gonna use this thing. It's just there to kind of look cool. The case finishing is excellent. The alternating brushed and polished surfaces contribute a lot to its looks. and the attention to detail. It has a see-through case back, which is unusual for, well, I guess it's kind of rare for a diving watch to have a see-through case back, as I was told. I don't remember from where or from who. I may probably read it from somewhere, that it kind of jeopardizes the water resistance with the see-through case back. But apparently Omega says that's not the case, and that we all cool with that. See, so pretty. No, I'm not gonna go into all the specs and mumbo jumbo of the movement, because as you know, each and every newer model has a better movement. So I'm just gonna say this is a great movement. It's probably the best movement they've made. I don't know why, but it probably is, and it's great. All right, that's done. I actually really like this watch. It feels like a very solid piece of equipment. It's heavy. The bracelet feels nice. Not as nice as Rolex. But the price point, it is, it's up there. It's smooth, soft. I like the heft of it. And let's take a look how it looks on the wrist. It had a really nice, it sounded cool when I pushed it in. Bam. I believe this model is bigger than the last model. And I'll be honest, I've never looked too much into the older version of this with the matte dial. I've always liked it, but you know. But I really like this one. I like it. It's nice and tall. I like tall watches. I like heavy watches. I like hefty watches. I don't think you can really go wrong with this watch. So this watch is priced around $4,400 USD. You can probably find it cheaper on like Joma Shop or other gray market places. Sorry, it's losing its focus. All right. For that price, I think it's a good buy. Obviously, it's going to be compared extensively to other watches in this price point. Mainly, I say Tudor, maybe like the Black Bay or Pelagos. I think it's more similar to the Pelagos, especially in terms of price. Would I prefer this or the Pelagos? I'll probably talk about that in my next video. Anyways, that's the Omega Seamaster. And I forgot to mention, I've had the old Bond era Seamaster, but at the time I bought it was a 36mm mid-size, and although I'd like to say like I like the small watches and it fit my wrists, that was not the case. I was a broke bastard. I was too poor and I could not afford the 40, I think it was 40 or 41mm size, so I had to purchase the 36mm mid-size quartz movement. And yeah, my advice is, if a watch comes in a smaller size and a bigger size, get the bigger size. Every time I looked at the mid-size Seamaster, I wanted the bigger one. I probably should have saved up a little bit more to purchase it, but it is what it is. It was one of my first nice watches, and after wearing it for a while, people kept asking me, "Yo, bro, do you like small watches?" I was just like, nah, I'm too broke. Anyways, remember to like, subscribe. Peace.